Hello ladies and gentlemen, my name is SidAlpha and welcome to another episode of Is It Worth It? Today we're looking at Volume, a recent release by Bithell Games. It is labeled as a narrative stealth action game. Now, I do know that I realized that I had told everyone that I was going to be changing up my format a little bit, but this is going to be a straight first impressions review of the game, so I did not feel the need to set up the green screen or anything like that. So let's jump right into Volume here. We'll hit there. Alright, let's take a quick look at the settings. First off, we have basic settings, language. Okay, so we have English, French, German, Italian, and Spanish. Voice, effects, music, brightness, contrast, gamma. And, wow, that scroll speed is ridiculously slow. Using them, this is literally using my mouse scroller. What? Why? Okay. So in addition to the normal sound settings, we do have the brightness, contrast, gamma. We also have subtitles on or off. We're actually going to leave those on. Yes, discard. Let's go to advanced settings. Screen resolution. Looks like it has all of your standard resolutions. It does not appear to have any resolution settings for 4K monitors. A very basic graphic setting overall. So you have your standard resolution monitor settings, shadow mode, shadow cascades, anti-aliasing, no idea what kind of anti-aliasing this is, and full screen or non. We'll go ahead and apply these changes. Controls. Okay, your standard WASD controls. This scrolling is just horrendous. Look at that. That's awful. That's awful. Okay. Alright, so it actually does have rebindable keys. It's just an odd way of going about it in the menu system there, but that's perfectly fine. We'll reset these to default. Customize your character. Okay, so for character customization, I suppose you have these three choices, and two of them appear to be locked at the moment. Okay, we'll go ahead and run simulation. First steps. Par is 8. Not sure if that's 8 minutes or 8 seconds. Welcome to Gisborne Industries. This simple starter map should help you get the grips with basic movement and help our state-of-the-art AI calibrate to your needs. Alright, let's see what we have here. Okay, not quite sure what the purpose of this is. I know nothing about the character, the story, any of it. Okay, there's just some dude getting completely surrounded. 3 hours earlier. Oh my god, it's the Matrix.
Identity obstruction mask activated. Assets loading. Loading. Okay, full missing, 2 files corrupted, minor errors located in source code lines 711 and 2300.
Low tutorial 1.
Of course. You don't mess around, eh?
Sorry, I'm being rude, aren't I?
Not at all. Welcome to the volume. I represent the current high bar of Gisborne Industries training technology. Full volumetric projection in a 31 by 31 meters square. You've used a virtual training environment before, I assume?
No, but I'm excited to try. I'm Rob, by the way.
Hi, Rob. Alan.
Alan?
I can assure you that Artificial Life Solutions took great time and effort in focus testing my name. Alan was arrived upon after many months of market research. Alan's your buddy. You know Alan? Of course I know Alan. I love Alan, etc.
I get it. Okay, Alan, let's do this.
All right.
Do you like the cover?
Beautiful.
I'm capable of showing 16,000 colours. We can't have you shooting at drab enemies.
You simulate weapons.
Well, there wouldn't be much of a military training simulator if I didn't, Rob. These first few environments are focused on movement and evasion only. We'll get to the guns later. Awesome guns.
No rush.
Okay, so I'm liking Alan so far. Diamonds the Rough. Having completed our starter environment, we'd like to introduce you to gems, a handy way to measure your progress. Gem subsystems activated. These are obviously meant to represent pricey possessions. I don't really have the processing budget to model 100 different kinds of trinkets, so let's go a bit. Search in the thesaurus for synonyms of cheap, minimalist. Collect them all to open the exit. Okay.
That has got to be worth some more viewers. My finest work.
All right. Undercover, edited. Adjusted version following user request for stealth scenario. Simple AI implemented. Add personalities later. To admit, this is a little intriguing.
Picking this up fast. You've got previous experience, right? You've been a Gisborne employee for a while.
You could say that.
The next environment focuses on beginner gunplay, but it looks like you might be beyond that. I'm experiencing temporary errors in my employee database. Standard guard training, right?
Walking back and forth. Keeping an eye on the family jewels.
Yeah.
What else have you got? I tend to work a bit more subtly.
Oh, infiltration. Knew it. Probably Black Ops, Bond type stuff. Stealth. Pretty cool. Okay. Can do this. I'm applying a bit of simple AI to each guard. Enough for you to go up against.
So, simulated stealth. Perfect.
That's not perfect, but it should help you practice the skills you'll need for what comes next.
Thanks.
Right, you don't want to talk about what comes next?
Not really.
I know bits and pieces. Hundreds of volumes installed up and
Alright,
down.
I'm enjoying the narrative here. I really am. This is awesome.
Military spend since evolution. Secretive. Like Bond. Architects. You're good. Which weaponry would you like simulated, sir?
None for now.
This is a checkpoint. They will, well, check your point. Saving your progress so far. Stop! That pawn will see you if you try to collect those gems. Press and hold left shift near that little wall to sneak past. Corners! Press space to turn them while staying in the cover. Great job. Sorry, is that patronizing? Apologies. 2 for the amount of... Oh, apologies 2 for the amount of capitalization used in this environment. May have overdone that. There we go. Controls were a bit wonky there. Now this should... We should have a line of sight on that. I'm not buying that. Added support to AI to hear environmental noises. Quite proud of this, actually. World interactions were not covered by the original maps. Alright. I have to say, this is pretty decent so far. My studies of pre-volumetric simulations show that flushable toilets are incredibly important to create a sense of presence. Use them to distract these pawns. Ah, damn it. No. Alright, that one worked. Rob, I'm enjoying researching these heists. I'm going to find data linked to each location you simulate. Embed it for you. For context. Should help to set the mood. For all the fake thievery, I'm also researching the origin of my kind. AIs like me. It's fascinating. I'll embed some snippets of my findings on that too.
Did I see something?
Oh, shit, son. I'm dead.
Is there someone out there? Who goes there?
Really?
What's out there? Investigating.
Little crossbows from hell.
See something? Who goes there?
There was no reason to come in here. Screw that. Done. So done.
Investigating.
What the heck am I missing? There we go. The banker made incredible amounts of money during the war by investing in the companies he knew Gisborne would leave standing. I've based this environment on one of his offices. Okay, this will probably be the last one. Oh, did I mention that pawns can patrol? They can. Look, there's a couple over there, patrolling. Clever little pawns. Aww. Clever little pawns. You're a good little boy. Ah, messed up my controls. Circular patrol route. Actually,
I don't want to boast, but yeah.
lol lol lol.
It's a bit too easy.
Ha! The banker traded with Gisborne, he earned the right to know whom to invest in by helping Gisborne maintain his list of allies. The information on this list's whereabouts are stored here. Not really getting as much story as I'd like here. Interesting. Oh shit, son.
Nice. Really nice.
Yeah, interesting mechanics.
works, but I'll go with it.
Yeah, I'll go with it too. Lol, lol, lol.
That thing? Where you did that thing? That was such a good thing.
The list is in the banker's own home. I've generated this map from his private records. Hope that's not a problem. Okay. So far we have what seems to be a pretty interesting storyline with some good voice acting, but it seems pretty few and far in between. Rooms will always have a convenient toilet to flush. Unfortunately, you have the capacity to make noises unaided. At least I think you do. Press C to try. Just be careful who's nearby when you do. Later, sucker. No. Oh. Oh, and I got shot with a crossbow in the head. Right in the face. Right in the face. Where the hell am I? Where the... What? I'm right there? Okay. Well, continuing on then. Hello. Yep, knew it. Okay, so he's going to go here and investigate, and then he's going to come back. You're right. Gaming the idiot robots, always a good time. Ooh, how the hell do I get out of this one? Ah. There we go. Look at that. I beat par on that one, too. Okay, so overall, what we're looking at here... I'm not seeing much action in a stealth action game. However, I'm also not seeing much narrative. The stealth component seems to be very good. The game is running at a very smooth 60 FPS. I'm not seeing any bugs or glitches of any kind. It looks like the overall game is well done. However, as a narrative stealth action game that it purports to be, I'm not seeing 2/3 of that statement right there. I'm really not. As a stealth game, it's good. I'm liking it. I really am. It's nice. It's polished. It's working well. You know, the graphics are interesting. The mechanics are interesting. However, and even with the narrative component, the voice acting is well done. It's amusing. It's, you know, that part I could really delve into. I really could, but there's not enough of it. There's not enough of it there. And with the action, maybe I'm just not far enough into the game yet, but I'm seeing no action so far. So, but bear in mind, this is just simply a first impression review. It's not a complete review of the game, so your mileage will vary. So, based on the game mechanics itself, it's a solid game. It really is. The narrative so far seems kind of weak just because it gets you kind of roped in with the good voice acting and the amusement and all that, but then, you know, it left me hanging for multiple missions where nothing whatsoever was said. And that, I think, is a drawback right there for the overall narrative. So I have to take a look at this as a whole from my first impression. For $20, $20, is this game worth it? Maybe. It's hard to say. Off first impression alone, I would have to say no. Probably closer to the $15 range if the narration was stepped up and properly applied, so there aren't these huge gaps here. Then obviously, yes, I would say fuck yeah, it's worth $20. It is. But as it stands right now, I think there's a little bit too much spacing for you to be able to get out the narrative to keep this interesting, unless you're a fan of this style of stealth game. If you are, then I would definitely recommend you check it out. Obviously, from what you've seen here, it's smooth, it's polished, it's complete. Actually, from a lot of it, I'm actually going to change my opinion, because I do know how many levels there are. Story completion, for what I've gone through so far, is 7%. So there's a decent amount of content to this game. So for $20, it could very well be worth it. But there is one thing you have to bear in mind, is I'm not necessarily certain the replayability is there. Maybe with the other unlockable skins or characters, there could be a potential for other voice actors there as well, and other scenarios that would definitely increase the replayability. So that could make it very much worth your time. From a first impression standpoint, though, I feel this is closer to the $15 range as opposed to $20. But if you're willing to invest a few more dollars than is necessary for a game like this, if you're a fan, like I said, if you're a fan of stealth games, then yes, it would definitely be worth your time, definitely worth your purchase. And I'll say it again. I've said it several times. I'll say it again. It's smooth. It's polished. It's a good game. It is. So that has been Volume by Bithell Games, folks. As it was said before, this is $20 or your regional equivalent on Steam. And my name is SidAlpha, and I'll see you next time. Hey folks, SidAlpha here. If you enjoyed this video, please remember to like, subscribe, and share. If you want to check out some other First Impressions videos, feel free to click on the link on the left. If you're interested in staying more up to date with what's happening in the PC gaming community, feel free to click on the link to your right. The subscribe button is down at the bottom. Please show your support and punch that evil thing as hard as you can. And once again, thanks for watching. I appreciate it.